In 1976, Patricia went to Ohio State University to major in journalism. It looked like she was going to walk a reporter's beat like her father, but Patricia couldn't shake her urge to act, and she changed her major to theater.
Was your dad always supportive of your dream?
Well, it's not that he was not supportive, but it's just something, I don't know where in my family this comes from. So he was not familiar with it. Nobody else in my family is like this. So I don't think he really knew what to do about it. And so when I told him I was moving to New York after I graduated from Ohio State, he said, no, you're not. And I said, you know, Dad, I'm not actually asking you. I'm telling you that I'm going.
Well, she didn't ask me about it, so I didn't have anything to say.
He was great. He gave me, I think, $800 and said, okay, you know, give it a shot.
During the 1980s, Patricia landed a few stage roles in New York, but she paid the bills with a series of day jobs like proofreader and waitress. She even modeled shoes because she is a perfect size 6. And she was a copy clerk at a popular magazine.
What was that like working at People? Because that was during your days when you were struggling.
The difficult thing was to run the Xerox machine, which was my job, and watch stories about young actresses making it. And I would have to make 12 copies of the story each time it went around, and it would go around about 5 times a day. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that I would, like 60 copies I'd have to be making of, and reading the story over and over about how all these other people were making it. So that was sort of the hard part.
And you don't want to be that person either. You don't want to be...
You don't want to, yes, have someone else's success make you feel bad. Mm-hmm. You want to be happy for people. That was hard to do.
She did every kind of, you know, odd, strange job. She did industrial shows where they'd go on the road and, you know, sing musical songs about Kinney shoes. You know, she did commercial work. She did all kinds of stuff. In fact, her very first commercial was a Pabst Blue Ribbon commercial in which she had no lines. It was just sort of a music and there was a visual, and she played a waitress, and the bartender was Jason Alexander from Seinfeld.
When you were in New York, did you ever think maybe it wasn't going to happen?
There were times I would be really depressed and nothing was working out, and life is tough in New York. It ain't Sex in the City. I don't know who the hell's life that is. I found all the sleeping around very depressing and demoralizing. And I dressed badly, too, so that might have been part of it. I had a bad perm for much of...
It was the 80s, though.
Yes.
Nobody had good hair in the 80s. So.
Nobody had good anything. 70s, 80s, yeah, all bad. My time to look bad for 20 years. And one thing my acting teacher said was, now go out and live your life. Mm-hmm. Just go out and live and have experiences. Because you need that. To bring something to your characters, and you need to have struggle, and in a way it all benefited me, and I think I appreciate what I have now more because it was a long